Saturn in the ninth house. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Saturn in the ninth house, everything you need to know about Saturn in the ninth house, and how to master Saturn in the ninth house. All right, before I begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribe, make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified every time I post new videos. All right, let's discuss Saturn in the ninth house. All right, now when you have Saturn in the ninth house, this is similar to having natal Saturn in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius rules the ninth house. Okay, so let's say you have your natal Saturn in Cancer. Okay, but you have your natal Saturn in Cancer, but it's in the ninth house. So not only would you study natal Saturn in Cancer, you would also study natal Saturn in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius rules the ninth house. So you have to study both. Study whatever your natal placement is, but also study natal Saturn in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius rules the ninth house. Okay, and you will find that both applies to you. Whenever you read your natal Saturn, whatever the sign is, that applies to you. But not only does natal Saturn in Sagittarius, but not only that, natal Saturn in Sagittarius applies to you as well, because again, Sagittarius rules this ninth house. Okay, see full video I did breaking down natal Saturn in Sagittarius. Okay, the link for that is in the description box. Okay, so I did a full video breaking down natal Saturn in Sagittarius in detail. If you want to check that out, the link for that is in the description box. Okay, so that's very important. Make sure you study natal Saturn in Sagittarius as well. Now, when you have natal Saturn in the ninth house, you're here to learn to master all things involving higher education, publishing, and long distance travel. Saturn has to do with mastery, and the house that it's placed in tells you the type of matters that you're here to learn to master. The ninth house matters have to do with higher education, such as college and universities, publishing, having publishing rights and publishing your products, and long distance travel, specifically long distance travel abroad and travel that is within the states but long distance. Okay, so not local travel, long distance travel. Now, and you can master these things in many different ways, or maybe you can master one of these things, but it's very important that you master matters that have to do with higher education, publishing, and long distance travel. You may have inhibitions and fears when it comes to traveling abroad and going to college. Saturn tells you the type of inhibitions and fears that you have and what type of matters in your life are associated with inhibitions and fears. So you may have some kind of inhibition and fear when it comes to traveling abroad and going to college. Maybe you know you need to travel abroad to move your life forward, but you doubt yourself. Like, I don't know if I should do it. Maybe you want to go to college, but then you talk yourself out of it. This indicates inhibitions, fears, and limitations. Saturn is all about inhibitions, fears, and limitations and struggles. This indicates these things being your inhibitions, fears, limitations, and struggles being related to religion. They're related to higher education, higher knowledge institutions. Okay, so this is something to be aware of. A lot of times when you have this placement, there's some type of fear, inhibitions, and struggles related to religion, fear, inhibitions, and struggles related to higher education, such as universities, and higher knowledge in itself, okay, and higher knowledge institutions, all right? And these are the type of struggles that you have to overcome in your life. If you ever get into a publishing contract with a company, make sure you're not robbed of your publishing rights or scammed. A lot of times what happens when people have this placement, that what happens, like, okay, say they publish a book or music. What happens is they look up and, they're very successful with their book or their music. They look up and they've been being robbed. They've been being robbed out of the publishing rights that they deserve, and the person who set the contract set it up in a way that pretty much you're being screwed. Okay, so that's something that's very important, because the ninth house rules publishing. This placement also indicates the father mastering long distance travel abroad. Your father may have mastered religion or college and universities in some way. Maybe he's a pastor. Maybe he has multiple degrees, or he moved abroad and he became successful and left you behind in the country that you're from. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. How to make best use of your natal Saturn? Easy. Go to college and earn a degree at some point. Travel to other countries. Be a philosopher that expands their mind and beliefs and has strong opinions. All right, so that's very important. This is how you make best use of your natal Saturn when you have Saturn in the ninth house. You have to go to college at some point, earn a degree, travel to other countries, expand your mind, be a philosopher that expands their mind and beliefs and has strong opinions. All right, that's everything you need to know about Saturn in the ninth house. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Take care.